Hello, everybody. We are back on the free to play. I am checking to make sure all my stuff is working right now. Desktop audio. Okay. We had a power outage. My camera wasn't working. Everything. I just wanted to make sure I got everything up and running. Okay. So, lots to talk about today. Got several events going on right now. So, the big one that I didn't touch on the other day is the Fusion warm up event. I want to give you guys a real quick, down and dirty, easy secret. Once per day on reset. Sorry, where is it? There it is. Level up one piece of gear to 12, and you're done. Basically, any piece leveled up to 12 gets you the full points that you need for the day. You get 15 per. You can only get up to 15 per day, so you want to get those done. Um, there's a couple of reasons. One, snow points is good. Obviously, the ancient shard is the best part. Prism crystals is the most interesting part of this. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But they're free rewards for stuff that's really easy to do. Leveling up a piece of gear, find a piece of gear you like, that you're happy with, that you want to level up, and you get a little extra something for leveling it up to 12. I think it's a pretty decent event. Very easy to achieve. Now, let's talk about what is going on with the big shiny white portal. So, we have everybody's favorite event, and I say that sarcastically, uh, the summoning portal event. So, I really liked this event early on when they first started doing it because it gave an opportunity for free to play players to potentially get access to some really good champions. Um, However, now it's usually behind a heavy paywall or gated behind content that's harder to achieve, like turn meter or the turn count tournaments. I always forget what they're called, or something like that. Now, this one is behind, I guess I can find out because it's what it is, by a turn attack tournament for Sand Devil. What's interesting is that I'm going to do this one. Now, in the past, I have avoided these, but I'm going to show you guys what's going on with my account towards that. Now, how does this event work? Just a quick recap for newer players. Um, you gain these crystals. After you get 40, you can summon, and you are guaranteed to get one of these epics or one of these legendaries. You have a 7.5 chance that it'll be a legendary, and it will only be one of these legendaries. Now, all these legendaries are amazing. On this account, I would love Pythion, I would love Korrigar, I would love Nishak, I would love Uko, would love Krokmar. I know Dracomorph's really good. Yeah, I would love Dracomorph as well. Um, Nekmothar, Ragash. I mean, the list goes on. Pretty much all these champions are amazing. I have Jag Bonesaw. I think he would be really good on this account, but I'm not necessarily convinced that he's like super good. Um, Samson, I have on my main account, but I got him so late that I never used him. Um, but I do think that he could be because I'm looking for a replacement nuker on my team. So it could be Samson, it could be Jag. Those are potential PvP nukers that I could use. Um, as far as all the epics, some really, really good epics in here, some so-so epics too. If I was to get Aox, that basically finishes my team for Iron Twins, as well as other areas of content in the game where I could just extend Geomancer's buff forever, pretty much. Um, Skull Crusher would get us the ally protect that we want. Counterattack would be very good as well because that gets me more A1s out of my Venom Mage, which will be good for the team that we're currently building. Another Venom Mage I do not want. That would be my third Venom Mage on this account, and I would be quite upset. Ugo is just really, really good for Hydra, but we also have Sun Wukong now, so her value is a little lower than what it would be. but she is still really, really good. Jarag would be another ally protect option that's really, really good, as well as some extra healing, which is nice. Fane would be clan boss damage. So lots of value in this, and I'm gonna leave some out. It doesn't mean I don't like them. I know Grush is a great healer. I understand Vrask is a great healer. It's just I don't want to spend the whole video talking about all of these champions, but normally I can't complete the events. This time I'm going for it, and we'll talk about why. So first, the Fusion Warm-Up event, that's easy. That's 10 Prism Crystals right there. That puts me at 35. That would leave me 5 short of a summon. All I want is 1. That's all I'm asking for, right? So 10 would leave me 5 short of a summon, but it just so happens that there is this tournament going on, Sand Devil Turn Attack, where I can get 20. Now, I have to get 1,500 points in order to get that 20. Let's take a look at where I'm at in Sand Devil. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this team is not tuned. I don't have a sleep champion. I understand that this is not a high-performing Sand Devil team. I am just putting my best champions in here, and I'm clicking auto, okay? So please understand that. I know this sucks. There is likely a champion somewhere in my roster that does sleep. Cornelia is the first one that comes to mind. She is not leveled. And I can certainly level her at some point, but at the moment, she is not leveled, and I have no intention of leveling her this very moment for this very boss. However, I experimented today to see if I was lazy about it, how far could I go? This is not speed tuned. In fact, let's try and speed tune it just a smidge. So we're going to basically duplicate all the other teams I have here. I would probably want Ursula. Okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to turn off, I'm going to do openers on all A1s. Oh, sorry, for round 3. Let me fix that round 1. Y'all can use whatever you want for round 1. All right, so the only thing that I've noticed for round 3, we can do... No, I'll do this as an opener. Nope, I don't want that as an opener. All right. So the biggest thing is you can't debuff him right away. So my concept here is that I'll do openers of all A1s, then he'll put himself to sleep, and then I can actually apply some debuffs, but it's still not going to friggin' matter. So, like I said, these champions aren't probably even good for this boss. I don't have a deep roster, and I'm not going to go through all the trouble of building a team for a boss I don't intend to farm right now. Like farm seriously. I just wanted to see how many points I could get. So let's understand that all I did was come in here to see how many points I can get. Before people start yelling at me in the comments, like, your team was so terrible. You need to go get a Muckstalker. I know Muckstalker exists. He can put the boss to sleep. I get that. I know. I'm very well aware. See, it doesn't even matter how I do my openings. I was really hoping to get Geomancers. Or maybe I didn't save it. I don't know. It doesn't seem to... It seemed like they used all their abilities. But either way, my whole point here is that I just wanted to see what kind of points I could get. All right? So, spoiler alert, I got 10 points. Now I'm going to... Well, I got 11 points that I remember. I'm going to see what this comes up with. But if it's in the 10 to 11, 12 range, well, then we can do some rough math and figure out approximately how many runs it would take to be able to find success with the team. Also, because I realized I sounded quite condescending, there could be like major mistakes where I'm giving him health or turn meter, because I noticed he kind of healed himself there. So I wasn't sure if that's because of an ability that I used or not. Because I know that you don't want to turn meter control this guy. And Geomancer technically has turn meter control on one of his abilities. But there we go. There's the 11 points that I said that I got. Now, let's go look at the tournament real quick. Sand Devil turn attack. And we look at how the points get broken down here. So 11 points. I think I'm like in this range. I might be in this range. Not great points. But that's okay. We're still getting points, which is the important part. So we're averaging 11 points per, well, not averaging, but I got 11 points on that run. I have no reason to believe that my run would be drastically better or drastically worse. So let's assume we're doing 11 points. We need 1,500 total. So real quick, we just pull up a calculator. We do 1,500 divided by 11. It's 136 runs. That's doable. I'm okay with that. All right. So, and then let's say we just round, let's do 10, right? Say it was worse. Sorry, my math is backwards there. 1,500 divided by 10, 150 runs, right? So about 150 runs. So we're going to say 150 runs times, how much does that dungeon cost? 150 runs times 10. Okay, 1,500 energy. Hey, I have 1,430 energy, or 1,430 energy. Sweet. That's all I need. So I am going to do this stage. I did try to do stage 5. I failed on it. So I'm not. I want to do one that I consistently keep having wins in. This is stage 4. So let's go back. So now that I know what stage I was in, because I definitely way gave myself higher value than I actually should have. So stage 4, 11 points. I'm at the top. Like I'm right up there, right? I could only do 2 points better. So hey, I'll take that 11 points, get 1,500, and then I get a pull for an epic in this summoning pool. So that's the plan. Now I had hoped to accomplish that today. Obviously, I don't have 150 multi battles just hanging out in my inventory. Um, okay, actually, hey, look, I have 150 multi battles hanging out. Um, I don't usually play this account on my computer. If I were to play it on my computer and I didn't have the multi battles, I could use RSL Helper to automatically run those battles. In this particular case, what I'm about to do after I'm done recording this video is log off the game on the computer and set it up on my phone running with these multi battles. I'm going to only use 2 of these and just let it run all those Sand Devil multi battles all night long, which will give me the opportunity to pull one of those crystals in tomorrow's video. So please come back and check that out. I recommend liking and subscribing, mostly subscribing, so that you will know when that video is released. Cool. That is pretty much all the stuff that I'm super excited about. I haven't had time today to look into a lot of the new content for the new area. It's being explained that the hardest difficulties will be comparable to Doom Tower Hard. At least that's what has been kind of put out there. I think Plarium said it themselves. We are not there yet. I suspect that it'll probably have even more limiting factors as far as types of units and things like that. But this may start to bring into play, because they're going to have a lot of limitations as far as rarities, as far as ascension, all those factors. This is where it may start to come into play that we saved some of these decent rares. Like, obviously, I pointed to Elhain and Athel. We've got... Where's my girl Soulbond? Don't tell me I got rid of... Oh, there she was. Yeah. We've got Soul Bond. So we have decent rares. Should there be some rare events that we need to use rares only and things like that. So I'm kind of excited for it. I don't know that we are going to be able to capitalize on it so much. I will say that I'm being kind of sluggish in my own Doom Tower. I'm fairly confident that my Lady Annabelle, if I were to build her in a regen set, could probably farm this no problem as long as I got her. She has to be 60 in order to do it. That's the hiccup because I have other sick people I want to 6-star in front of her. But once I do 6-star her, she can burn this guy down with her passive. And is it a passive? And is it on? Is it behind a ascension? Yeah, I will need to ascend her to level 3, and then I would need to put her in regen gear. But she needs to have War Master as well, which is why she needs to be 6-star. So I don't think I'm gonna finish this rotation. There's only 1 week left in this rotation. Well, one week, a week and a half. But the next time this rotation comes up, Lady Annabelle will be 6-starred, and I will use her to solo Bommel and get through that content very easily. So, and I don't mind missing out on Doom Tower because I really, this early in the account, I mean, hell, even on my main account, I'm just now getting missions for Doom Tower normal. So that kind of puts into perspective how long they think it takes before you're achieving these areas of the game. And so I do think that doing Doom Tower is a little ahead of me anyways. I'm just happen to have some good enough champions to be able to be competitive in there. So lots of great feedback and comments about what I was talking about yesterday. I wanted to clarify my statements a little bit about keys. What frustrates me about people and clan boss keys, and I haven't looked at any of my clan today using keys, but what frustrates me about clan boss keys is one key for 3.12 million on Nightmare. Even if you would have to do all 4 keys to get a Guardian chest, which is the second best chest in Brutal. So you could use theoretically 3 keys, 2 keys in Brutal to get that chest, but you could also just get a better chest in the Grand Master chest, which you can't even get doing Nightmare. So that's kind of what frustrates me is like, it's not necessarily that, like, I'm okay if somebody puts like 2 keys into Brutal, gets the max chest, and puts their 1 random extra key in Nightmare, I guess, and gets a second Guardian chest or Master chest or something. But ideally, like, Guardian chest is the best chest out of hard and would theoretically be achievable for fewer keys than what you would spend on Nightmare. You can see they are the same. Guardian chest, Nightmare, lowest is Guardian chest. So I just want to see people maximizing their rewards. And quite often I witness it where people are not doing that. They're just throwing their keys away to get 0 resources on their account, period. And I don't understand it. It makes very, very little sense to me. Even here, and I'm not trying to target this person, I'm not trying to be mean, but 2 keys in hard for 9.72 million, that's not even the best chest, but then throws a random key into Nightmare. It is perplexing to say the least because I don't think people understand necessarily how these keys work. So that's kind of what I was getting at. I wasn't Because one of the comments I think was like, what if it was reversed or something? Like, I understand using it's the massive gap in damage potential. You know, like if I was day one on this account doing Ultra Nightmare with a level 40 Kale and nothing else on my team, you're going to call me crazy, right? That's how I'm looking at it. It's not as drastic, but it's pretty drastic. So um, that's kind of why I'm bringing it up. So, uh, or what I was mentioning is just make sure you're using your resources to the best potential for your account. It doesn't make sense to let that stuff waste. While we're on the talk of resources for the account, let's talk about my Hydra team. Now, previously, I was able to get the max chest on normal for the first time ever on the account. That is not the case this week, and that is a great opportunity to talk about how Hydra works and why normal can be a bit frustrating. Give me 1 second here. Interesting. Okay. So, because it rotates, you get different bosses. This rotation of bosses is very hard for me. This is a rotation where my Husk would be super good. I used him on my second team that only did 82,000. My main team did 3.5. Ultimate Death Knight is somewhat reliable in that regard, but not reliable enough. I don't have a good taunter. Maybe I could use some provoke gear. I bet you I have some on my account. But as it stands right now, I don't really have anybody built in provoke gear. So it's holding me back a little bit. But I don't have a really good way of stopping the taunt champion. And the taunt combined with the poison champion, my best defense against the poison champion was block buffs. Well, block buffs gets cleansed away. The poison champ puts his poisons up, and I don't have any way of doing damage. The only other way would be HP burns, which I don't have on the account. So this is just a harder rotation for me, and it'll probably be a harder rotation for the next couple of weeks. As long as I'm hitting the minimum amount, that's what I'm looking for. Now, I happened to get the novice chest, which is good, great. I get slightly better chance at rewards. The main thing I'm looking for are Mithrala fragments. That's why I want to do this every week. I want to at least get the minimum chest so I can get Mithrala fragments. Ideally, I would be able to get 4 chances at Mithrala fragments if I'm able to do hard and normal. You'll see my clan did quite good on brutal this week, but we put our best chips in brutal, and we don't have our best chips for hard. So we're still trying to figure out better combinations and tactics there. But we saw great success on brutal, which is giving us a huge lead in our Hydra clash, which we're super excited about. And I think currently I'm at 277 million, so I'll be getting, provided we continue, I would get to be in first place. I would get this chest, so very happy with that. On my main account, sorry, my main account, not this account. This account does not get one of those chests, not even close. But so that's what's going to be going on in the account for the next couple of days. I'm excited for it. I hope I can pull a shard for you guys tomorrow for this, and maybe we get a really good epic that could change the course of the account. We will find out tomorrow. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.